comments that you were having trouble with the safety play was a concern. Is there any chance of personnel changes there, or
not yet? No, the personnel is I'm comfortable with, and the trustworthy nature of the personnel really has a lot to do with who plays, and that's determined in practice. We've seen all along, even from the beginning of our first game to now, that again, with their eye control and with just their concentration level, that has to keep improving. But right now, 1 or 2 plays a game are manifesting where they're not quite looking in the right place at pretty critical times, and so that has to continue to get better.
And then Joe Sampson, is he locked in as a cornerback, or could he play safety?
He's a corner at this point. We really like the combination of both Preston and Joe, and they're both have plenty of work on just to play that one spot. To think about adding another task to either one of them, not right. At the safety spot, the players that are close to playing, Mike Haig has been very close to play, but Travis has just been so consistent that's hard to make a move there. And then Carter Mees and Dre Naliai are also close behind Daniel Sorensen, as well as Jordan Johnson with Corby Eason. So we have a group of players that are all very, very close to getting more time. But again, you can only train so many and train only so many effectively.
Coach, how do you view this rivalry with Utah State? How would it rank in your?
Oh, I like it. I think it's just, again, I'm for the in-state trio of BYU, Utah, Utah State playing each other every year, and I think it's the idea historically of the Beehive boot and that having something of meaning and value is something that I'd like to promote.
After watching the film on Saturday with the team, do you feel this team is back on track?
I would say we're making progress. We're certainly not playing to our potential yet, which is the goal, and my goal as the coach. It's fun to see him win. It's fun to see him smile. It's fun to see him celebrate, and it's fun to see him make enough plays to accomplish that against what I thought was a pretty good team in Central Florida, and I think many thought it was a good team.
Last year your team lost in Logan. Do you think that your team will have any sort of bit of extra motivation because of that loss last year?
I'm not certain. Again, as I answered earlier, so long ago and so many things happened after that game in terms of how the team was changed and restructured and mindset in general. It almost seems like a different team, a different time, and maybe not as relevant. We know we think Utah State is a good football team, and I like what I've seen on film, so it'll be a good game.
Coach, can you talk about the play of the tight ends at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think maybe a little more consistent than what I thought they would be. I think they're catching the ball at a higher level. There have been some drops, but I think they're catching the ball at a higher level. I think they're playing with more confidence. Austin Holt is probably farther along than I ever thought he would be, not only blocking, but just in the way he's carrying himself and his presence, and I've been very impressed. And then I think now others are starting to emerge as complementary tight ends to him as kind of the all-purpose. You know, roles are starting to be defined a little bit more.
And what have you seen from Utah State's quarterback?
He's really athletic, and for being as young as he is able to create very similar to UCF's quarterback from last week, except just in a different body type. Really tall, fast. Throws it well, and so he has the ability to create. And then Dave Baldwin is a very good offensive coordinator and uses him in a lot of diverse ways. So a couple really good running backs, a mobile quarterback, multiple formations. It's a fun offense to watch, and I think he's recruited, and they've recruited the type of athletes to give them a chance to be very competitive, which they are so far this year. They've lost a couple really close games, but they're really competing well.